Hello and good days to everyone. My name is Izzah Binti Yusof. Nice to meet you. A little bit about myself. I am from Malacca and my current education is in degree in veterinary medicine from UMK. Talking about education, we have been taught that throughout our life, having a high academic achievement is so important because we've gone through from kindergarten up to maybe high school, university standard. For that long, we're supposed to be smart. So in today's society stigma, the higher academic achievement you are, the smarter you are. But is it totally true? So we like to break it down. So the word smart has a wide range of meaning. It could either mean an individual that is neat, tidy, they dress smart, or it could mean an individual that is very intelligent. But I would like to ask you, what goes through your mind when the word smart is mentioned? When we talk about a smart person, it usually indicates that the person is clever or known as a book smart. But there is another form of smart that is rarely thrown around, rarely used. That is street smart. So we would like to break these two down. First, we'll focus on book smart. So book smart is the typical stereotype of what we call a know-it-all or a nerd that knows everything, that they study a lot. So, but they are less knowledgeable or capable in handling immediate situation, or let's say making a decision, because they don't know what goes through everyday life, because not everything is recorded in a book. So let's say they could be very fast in solving puzzles or sudokus and all, but they would have a very much big trouble when, let's say, fixing a flat tire in a car, on a car, because this kind of thing is not taught in books. And that is one of the problem that they face through. And another problem that book smart people face is the social skills with the others, since they focus so much their time to study, to bury their faces in books. They really have less time in practicing their social skills, how their interactions with other people. Hence, this will cause awkward or silent, struggling interaction between one another. So, enough about book smart. We'll proceed with street smart. So, street smart, on the other hand, is the opposite. They may not be highly achieving in the higher academic, but more passionate, and they can find immediate answers to a problem through try and error. We were always taught that if we never excel in our education, we will never be successful. But I find this hard to believe, because nowadays you would see that a lot of successful people having higher incomes, let's say, compared to book smart people, because they pick themselves up from the bottom, work their way up, but at the same time they don't have a high educational background, yet they may only finish high school. But how can this all happen? So this shows that street smart people can also be, let's say, successful as to compare to book smart people. There has been an increasing trend whereby people involved in businesses or being influencers, because they know how to talk to people. Their social skills is up to par, and this is a skill that, as I mentioned before, book smart people struggle with. So compare those two, which is better? When we discuss about book smart and street smart, it usually implied that one can have the other, not both. So both of these have their own pros and cons. Book smart people are always bullied for being introverts, not being able to social with people, but they know everything. And street smart people are also ostracized for being not academically up with the same par with everyone, but they know how what goes around in the streets. They know how to handle these kind of things. So both have their own, I would say, flaw and their own advantages. So we can't say one is better than the other. That isn't right. The ideal situation is to approach a problem. When we face a problem, we should apply street smart thinking accompanied with book smart approach. So this is the best way to handle a situation or problem. So I would like to share a story with you. During my high school years, I was, you could say, a teacher's pet. I was smart in every subject. I get a lot of A's and so on. But when I finished high school, I went to apply for a job. And of course, a job meaning that I will have to go through interviews. When I went through my first ever interview are not teach in schools. They do not teach those kind of things in school. So I went through my first interview without having any kind of skills or knowledge. So I just answered blatantly as I'm not supposed to. I should know how to do and all. But in the end, I learned a lot. And in interviews, such as my degree interview, I managed to do it well as to compare my first interview. So we cannot say, you can see that at the beginning I was book smart. When handling in the situation where, let's say, an interview, I cannot apply book smart thinking. I have to apply street smart thinking to overcome that hurdle. So in conclusion, I would like to say that smart is considered as a compliment, but it has a wide range of meaning. Nevertheless, no matter what kind of background you are from, the ability to be book smart and street smart are equally important. Thank you for listening to my talk and have a wonderful day.